The Dragon Ball Z TCG is a game designed for the sophisticated gamer. The hosts of Team Visiting for Time, well, we are none of those things. We can be rude, we can be crude, and we can't go 5 minutes without offending someone. So, we ask that you, the listener, be mindful of your surroundings, maybe even have your parents' permission before listening. We don't take this show too seriously, and neither should you. So listen, learn, but most importantly, laugh and just enjoy the show, you nerd. The Dragon Ball Z TCG is a game designed for the sophisticated gamer. The hosts of Team Visiting for Time, well, we are none of those things. We can be rude, we can be crude, and we can't go 5 minutes without offending someone. So, we ask that you, the listener, be mindful of your surroundings, maybe even have your parents' permission before listening. We don't take this show too seriously, and neither should you. So listen, learn, but most importantly, laugh and just enjoy the show, you nerd.
Your own action.
For two anger. Hey guys, welcome to the show, everybody. You guys are watching Team Visiting for Time's live stream. On tonight's episode, we are covering Dragon Ball's 5, 6, and 7. The Red Ascension Mastery, Trunks' levels 1 through 4, Trunks' knee bash. And to help us get through this troubling time, we have the one, the only, His Majesty, Sir Scott Dashy. How are you going, mate?
Hello, guys.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your morning. I believe it's just about 7 o'clock there, yeah? Just about 7 o'clock in the morning over there? Nope. Yep. Fair enough. So yeah, thank you very much to Scott for joining us today. But just briefly, Chris?
Yep.
Congratulations on your top 4 effort today.
Cheers.
And Nick, well done on your top 8 when you join us or if you're watching. Well done, mate.
Scrubbed out, Nick.
Well, he didn't scrub out. I knocked him out, and it was
tough times.
It wasn't the best feeling.
Never is when you have to play a friend or a teammate, as it were. But everyone, if you're new to the stream, there's a link in the description below to take a vote on each of the cards, whether or not they're playable, and the automated Nightbot moderator has also got that link floating around. And don't use all caps, because the Nightbot apparently doesn't like that. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. I guess we'll just kick it off, right?
Yep. Sounds good.
So, starting up, we have Earth Dragon Ball number 5. You may shuffle a Dragon Ball in play into its owner's life deck. Your MP gains 3 stages, banish 3 cards from a discard pile. Where are we sitting on this one?
I don't know where I am on this. Give me one moment.
You're right.
I can like this. This is like the anti-Dragon Ball victory Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it sort of seems that way. Being able to shuffle a Dragon Ball into its owner's life deck seems pretty strong. Kind of glad. Sorry, Chris?
Can it shuffle itself in?
You may shuffle a Dragon Ball in play into its owner's life deck, so I'm assuming it can.
Seems good.
Scott, you sort of ummed or hurt or something.
Yeah, I was listening to some of these guys talk before this stream went live, and I agree with a lot of things they said. I mean, I'm assuming you guys in general think that the Earth Balls are underwhelming, which I think they're underwhelming.
Yeah, that's been my general stance on them thus far. Dragon Ball 1, I think it's entertaining and I kind of like, but other than that, they're sort of leaving. There's something to be desired there.
I feel like they're only going to be good in Namekian, like a specific Namekian build where you manipulate the balls and you shuffle them in and you do cute things, but otherwise I can't see them being played in any other deck type. Maybe Hercule, but Namek are way better.
Yeah, I think that's exactly spot on the money. You just compare them to the Namekian Dragon Balls and they come off unfavorably, I think.
Except for Dragon Ball 7.
Yeah, Dragon Ball 7's kind of funny, but, you know.
You don't like these in like a Roshi build? I feel like these would go great with Roshi.
Well, Roshi's not my my ballpark, so I'll let Chris take that one.
I don't know. I don't like the fact that you don't have the ball 1 protection. And I've been moving more along to having the balls just in for tech and not actually trying to win by ball victory.
Mm-hmm.
So, the balls that I do run are very specific uses, and
yeah, well, like, you're using ball 2 to lower someone. You're not running ball 4, are you, in your Roshi deck?
No,
because it's too much of a liability. Ball 6, obviously. Are you running ball 6?
Yeah, ball 6 is there to stem the Roshi.
Roshi dies to everything.
Yeah, and ball 7 is generally used to put Black Command back on top of my deck.
I'm sure Scott may rail about Black Command at some point. It seems to be what you're known for on Retro these days, is being very vocal about...
Oh, well, the scrubs like to bully me on Retro, so...
I heard that you really enjoyed Black Command.
It's a brainless card.
I'm gonna have to go on record and say that I agree.
Yep. No, it is. It's. I just discard this card and things happen.
Yeah.
But,
it's almost like playing Broly.
Oh.
I think that hurts someone deep. But yeah, Dragon Ball 5, it does a few cute little things. I think the most relevant thing on that card, for me personally, is the banish the 3 cards from a discard pile.
It's definitely great. Like, I'm not going to ever complain when something has banished 3 cards from a discard pile tacked onto it.
No. But yeah, I think it's probably good that Namekian knowledge is getting frozen. Can you imagine, like, this Dragon Ball and that just going, I'm just going to, shuffle it away and, gain some anger off of it?
Destroy 1, please, when it enters, and then I'll put it back into my deck.
Yeah, right.
Imagine this with Flinch. Shuffle it in, get it out, shuffle it in again.
Oh yeah, before Flinch got nerfed. Yeah. That'd be disgusting. So I guess we'll move on to DB6. It has the continuous effect of whenever a Dragon Ball you own is banished when taking damage or by an opponent's effect, rejuvenate it. At the end of combat, you may place this card at the bottom of its owner's life deck to rejuvenate 1. Like, half this text is just Namekian Hunt, is it not?
Yeah. Except everybody can use it.
Exactly.
I actually really like this ball.
You do?
Yeah. If you're trying to DBV, this is fantastic. You can rejuve it and rejuve 1 in a pinch if you're just about to die. It's just, it's everything that you sort of want against black, which is admittedly probably a bit of a niche market to be teching against, but why not?
Afraid of those black captures.
Hey, I banished more than a few Dragon Balls today.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I played Namekian twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I enjoy this ball.
You enjoy a lot of balls. Reese, Milsey, any thoughts?
I don't know. I think it's a bit vanilla.
It's very wordy for something that's vanilla.
True, but all it is if it gets banished, I'll just rejuvenate it.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's true.
I reckon it's great.
You just trying to be different.
No. I think that it really is good. And I mean, you can search it out with Dragon Raider or some other Namekian cards. Which
I was going to say the 4,000 other fucking Namekian cards there are now.
That second Omni block, that's an event that everybody thought Namekian needed.
So you know that there's like a capture on you, then you enter combat, get out your Earth Dragon Ball 6. Warrior's gone.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you there. I think it has some use, but as Chris said, you are sort of using it to tech against a fairly niche. I can't even remember the word I'm looking for. A niche deck type or a threat.
Yeah, it's like you're essentially teching for them playing the same Dragon Balls or
black captures or something like
black
that.
Captures. Yeah, like.
Oh, there's the energy block as well.
Corruption.
Yeah. Yeah,
but again, this is all one deck. Like, Corruption's going to be in basically every black deck anyway. So.
Yeah.
It's probably Corruption's going to be more prevalent than Capture anyway.
What do you think about this, Scott?
just looking over it. I mean, I thought it was like one of the worst ones because I feel like if you're struggling to DBV with these mediocre Dragon Balls, like you're going to be in trouble to begin with. I mean, unless you're in the Namekian. But I'm going to repeat again that I don't like this entire set of Dragon Balls because I feel like they don't do enough. I mean, even when we get to Sun Ball, I'm going to make a comment. But overall, they're just okay, and they're only good for certain deck types. That's what I feel right now. I'm pretty sure some of you agree with me on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely in agreement. So,
all right. Well, speaking of DB7, do you want to get your comment out of the way first? Would you like to have first shot at it?
Okay. Dragon Ball 7. I know Retro exploded when they mentioned, it can end combat, but it can only do it once per game. So it's not as powerful as people think. I mean, ending combat once per game is great and all, but it doesn't do enough, I don't feel, especially not compared to Namek 7.
Yeah. Namek 7 has the potential to basically end combat every time you use it.
I don't think it's good enough. The end combat thing is just not good. It could do so much more. There's so much space on that card to put more text. They should have done that.
The continuous effect, of course, being once per turn as an action, you may place a Dragon Ball from your hand into play. That's kind of cute, but I thought DB6 was supposed to be the DBV card.
I got to ask why this is placed into play as well.
Probably because I don't want people going, I'm gonna play DB7 or have DB7 in play and then play another DB. It'd be the same
Hurry
argument
quest.
as Flinch. Yeah, hurry quest, that sort of thing.
There you
But
go.
so
It's okay, James, you're not that late.
there's a lot of cards that can do that already, and I think that this could be one of those. I agree with Scott. This is definitely no Namek 7, which I've won, especially playing Orange 20. When I Namek 7 and put Destruction Sphere on top, and then won the next combat.
Yeah,
this doesn't help me there.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying before too. DB7 wins you more games than just ending combat once per game. Because as you've just said, you go Destruction Sphere, or you go. How many times did you ever go in Black Krillin? You go just disc time or something like that, or time disc sphere.
Yeah,
something to that effect. That's winning games. This is I end combat once. I avoid getting my shit pushed up me.
That
This,
being said, so you went to combat on someone after you've done that, and they draw into Ball 7. Then they just play Ball 7 and end combat.
Yeah, but what were you going to say? Sorry, Reese.
This is the slow way to DBV. If you pull DB7 first.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. And as Chris said before, none of these balls protect themselves. So, if you drop Ball 7, you end combat, they go to combat, they crit, they start putting any DBs they've got in hand into play. Because it doesn't say, it doesn't say Earth Dragon Ball either. So if your opponent's playing Namekian, they cap this, they can then just drop, DB6 or something in their turn. Or Earth, or Namekian Dragon Ball 1 or something like
that. I can't get behind these. These aren't I like the fact that it ends combat, and the fact any end combat effect that they give me in this game, I'm going to be happy for. But I don't ever see myself playing this in a control build over Ball 7, Namek Ball 7.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I want to say something. I just want to say something quickly about what I thought Namek 6 should have done. I felt like what Panini should have done with Namek 6 or Namek 7 is, while you control 3 or more Dragon Balls, your other Dragon Balls cannot be captured. That's what they should have given one of those Dragon Balls to make people want to run them. But that's all I got to say about that, really. Disappointed.
Hashtag disappointment 2016. Or is that for the American election? I can never remember.
Both.
Both.
Wow.
Build a wall, make a wish on the Dragon Balls to pay for it.
I think James just says that it's a better aggressive card, but Earth Dragon Ball 7 is a better DBV card, and that it's not a bad card on its own merit, just not as good as Namek DB7. Yeah, it's definitely not what I would call a terrible card, but it's not what I'd call good either.
Yeah,
I suppose we need to stop comparing as well.
but you can't. Like these Earth Dragon Balls, we're going to have the unfortunate circumstances of being compared to not only the Namekian Dragon Balls, but the Earth Dragon Balls from Score. And I think they unfavorably sort of stack up against both comparisons.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't get behind bringing the Score Earth Dragon Balls into this game though.
No, I mean they're ridiculously good. But like that's just the unfortunate thing that's going to happen. People are going to look at these Earth Dragon Balls, they'll look at Score and go, well, these aren't as good. And then they'll look at Namekian Dragon Balls, and the Namekian Dragon Balls just are more bang for your buck. So
yeah, like, and you can't not compare them because they are both both competing for that one spot.
exactly right.
There's no other cards that do what they do.
No, and I mean like it's to say like people say you shouldn't compare some of the masteries with each other, but again, they're competing for that one slot in your deck. They're going to be compared. And speaking of mastery, oh no, actually Allied Blitz. My bad. Terrible segue. Allied Blitz is the ultra rare that was spoiled. It is an energy attack costing 1 stage. Whenever you perform an energy attack this combat, your opponent skips his or her next action this combat. Damage 3 life cards. Hit. If your MP is not a Saiyan, then for the remainder of combat, your allies may make actions regardless of your MP's power stage. 3 endurance. When I first read this, I thought it said if your MP is a Saiyan, and originally through my mind was going, how much fucking good stuff do Saiyans want to get?
I didn't even realize this was an ultra rare.
That doesn't surprise me.
It does feel like a common, doesn't it?
I wouldn't say common. Like that immediate effect's pretty solid. If the meta shifts to an energy beats, then, or you could build an energy beats deck that just punches through the fizz beats that we see floating around. It could be very good.
I don't know. Like I'm. There's a lot of hype I'm hearing about this card, and I'm sort of not on that train.
James has just said, Ginyu didn't need a boost, but boy did he get one. I mean, he has to hit. So,
Not even that. Like, the Ginyu, like, doing the energies and making your opponent skip. I don't know how much I like this effect at all. It's like, if you're making me skip all my actions, you're going to burn out, and then I'm just going to do everything that I got to do. Like,
yeah, exactly right. And for the most part, energies aren't attacking the stages anyway. So those cards that I have in my hand, I may not be able to perform them for until you've burnt through your hand. But then you've got no blocks in hand. You haven't stopped me from attacking because you're throwing energy after energy after energy at me. If I survive that storm, I get my chance to go back at you just as hard.
yeah.
Another thing is that overall, if you start with Allied Blitz and you want to hit off all these ally attacks, whether you're running a hero or a villain, the allies for hero and villain don't do enough damage, so you're just better off running cards in your hand that do 6-7 life with the modifiers and other things, and it's going to add up to the same amount of damage regardless if they skip or not. So I don't understand the purpose of this card really. I mean, it's cute and all, but like you can just run big attacks in your hand, and I don't get it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Especially like the hero side, you've got Yamcha, Tien, fucking what's the dragon? Icarus. I'm forgetting that one. Chiatsu has a reasonable attack, but like for the most part, they're not very big. And then on the villain side, you've got Raccoon and Jace.
13.
I'm not saying like at any point where you wouldn't rather this be a crushing beam or
yeah, I was just going to say crushing beam.
like, or even a villainous energy burst or whatever it's called, the one that lowers 3 anger.
The one that Panini touted is like probably OP
Yeah,
because it had endurance and it has angular control.
but yeah, like I don't know. I'm not staying it.
Yeah,
I totally agree with. I agree with Scott. If this was a 5 life card attack, maybe, but there's just too many 6, like Optic Blast even.
yeah. The allies don't punch quite hard enough, and I feel like Ginyu is actually kind of the fault that they don't punch that hard on the villain side. But that's just my own speculation.
What were you gonna say, Reese?
You know how you're talking about your OP Blue Krillin build in the next set?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you play Solar Flares.
No, but Solar Flare makes your opponent
With
pass.
this card. Yeah. Allied Blitz, pull out all your attacks for the round, make sure your last attack is Solar Flare, and then you pass.
Huh. I like that.
Yeah,
It seems a little cute.
it seems like the wheels are gonna fall off, and you'll end up with your cock in your hands. Yeah. Overall, yeah, it ultra rare. It feels weird as an ultra rare. It's 3 endurance, so that's all right.
Well, it's no true power.
I think it's strictly better than True Power anyway, is it not?
No, true power's the sleeper of the next set, man.
I'm so glad I own 6 of those fucking things. So glad. Couldn't have been digs at any time, and I would have been much happier. Oh well. Alright, so the Red Ascension Mastery. Continuous effect. Whenever you use a critical damage effect, gain 2 stages. At the end of each combat, you may raise your anger 1 level. Power. Banish the top card of your life deck to raise your anger 1 level. If you banished a styled card, your opponent skips his next action this combat. Now, I'm going to let Scott take this away. Simply because I don't play that much red, and I believe, Scott, you're well known for playing red, are you not? Or at least hating Black Command.
Well known for net decking red decks, but and hating Black Command.
Oh, I thought hating Black Command just flows into being red in general.
Yeah. So the Red Mastery, I mean, I don't think it's as bad as people are saying it is, because it is an auto 2 anger per combat with a cost of some sort. You do have to be in combat to trigger one of the angers, and the other, and actually both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to banish top card of your deck. But then you have to think about logic here. If you're running a Ruthless Mastery instead, you can gain 2 anger just from like bouncing a dead card in your hand to copy, a double strike off the top of your discard pile and things like that. So
yep.
The problem is the Ruthless Mastery is actually really overpowered, or not overpowered, but the Ruthless Mastery is really good. And so it's going to be hard for players not to run the Ruthless Mastery instead, because copying some of Red's attacks is just crazy, especially with Red Trunks and other things. So overall, the Mastery, like the Dragon Balls, is mediocre.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. It's not clearly as strong as Ruthless, or Enraged for that matter, but like Enraged is getting frozen, so who cares? But so it's getting unfavorably compared to the Ruthless Mastery. But yeah, I mean, like, it has 2 anger. Red's no slouch for using critical damage effects, so there's a couple of stages, I suppose. But yeah,
I want to know why you've got to manage the top card of your life deck. Like, why is this not the top card of my discard pile?
Why is it not just discard the top card of your life deck?
Because is that really that big of a cost?
There could be so much synergy with sacrifice or restraints.
Does sacrifice work when it comes off the top?
No.
Actually, sorry, sacrifice has to come from your hand, doesn't it?
Sad trombone.
But yeah, like,
James is saying, so shit, Red Master needs to go home. It's too drunk. I think, as I said, I think Scott's 100% right. It's not shit. It's just not as good. So, it looks like shit.
I'm interested to see where this goes, though. Like, this could be a Vegeta build.
Yeah, but Vegeta's is all about the non-styled shit, so...
Yeah, but there's nothing in this that requires you to run anything particularly styled.
But, like, you're only getting your opponent to skip if you banish a styled card off the top.
Oh, that's fine. Does it? Like, I'm talking like the 2 stages can give you 1 more energy attack, and the 2 angle.
Fuck that,
like,
I'm just going to Gallic Gun them to death anyway. Who cares about the 2 stages?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Gallic Gun does get you, like, 4 stages, though.
I'm just trying to fit it somewhere.
You're playing the devil's advocate, which is usually my role, but I've decided, not fuck it. It's red.
Red City Destruction will like this mastery.
Have you fact checked that one?
Yes, I have.
Oh, good. He's probably
Sort of,
holding
not
his
really.
hand.
I'm just gonna look it up.
Play yakety sax all the way.
Why do you think that it will like the mastery?
Reese?
What was that?
Why do you think Red City Destruction will like this mastery?
So you get a crit, which gives you stages. You then can't have your anger lowered. Anything that costs anger goes down by 1 to a minimum of 0, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's until your next turn, I think.
Yeah, but it can't.
So essentially, you'll be able to get the 2 anger. Yeah, alright, so it goes down to things like head knock, or like dev blows or whatnot.
I can see it.
Look, the card?
No, yeah, like I can see that but I think that's more of a Red City Destruction is an okay card by itself.
Probably more so than the mastery makes it good.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is another one of these cards, and I've said this. It's been something that I've been saying like the entire set long. Is why are there these drawbacks on these cards that probably shouldn't have them?
Curbing the power creep, bro.
but they're not.
You watch. It'll be halfway through OP season next year, and they'll emergency freeze the evolution starters, the evolution masteries. You watch. They won't do that. That'd be stupid. That'd be insane. Oh well. Moving on to Trunks Dashing, who has like the world's smallest amount of text for his text box, which simply reads, "Continuous effect. Whenever you raise your anger during combat, that amount is doubled."
Dashy, you'd like this one, wouldn't you?
Broken.
What was that? Sorry.
He is broken.
The whole stack is the stack as a whole, or
Level 1 is broken. The level 1 is amazing.
yeah, I can certainly see why that would be the case.
I'm gonna throw in the B Nick here, and this artwork is fantastic.
I know, he's so dashing.
Oh, man, I'm gonna mute you, Reese, so bad.
I was gonna say, can we put Reese in the re-education?
The re-education facility? Yes, sure. I'll do that now.
You'll never take me alive.
For those who don't know, one of the chat rooms on our server is the re-education facility. So named because when you say something stupid, that's where you go. James is saying, I like Trunks MP stack. I might play with him a full sword build. Yeah, I can sort of see that. Yeah, no, double the anger gain each combat. They're potentially very quick. Like
especially like if you've got an attack that raises your anger too, i.e. maybe red. So what do you call it?
Red something or other.
Red
right cross.
There you go.
Yeah, red right cross. We'll go with that because
No, please don't go with that.
And then any other sort of like that's 4 anger, and that's ridiculous.
Is there any red card that has like immediate effect of like raise your anger 2 levels and then raise your anger 1 on
Yeah,
hit?
red, right, cross.
Lucky hand.
Is that on hit as well?
I'm just looking at red double strike right now, thinking I can gain 4 anger off this card.
What about knee lift, where you use? Oh wait, no, that's enraged. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was
Lame.
sitting there and I was like, so if you use the red shoulder grab and then play double strike, right? You're gaining 3 anger.
I saw it a music anecdote. I can't remember where it was, but someone was like, "So if I what was it? If I clash of wills, I gain 12 anger." Well, yeah, you do. It doesn't help you, but you do.
That's amazing.
Black chin kick. Black chin kick gains you 2.
Command.
Whoa.
Oh,
Guys,
Dash,
I've
Dash.
cracked the code.
I think it cracked Dashy more than anything else.
Sorry, man, that had to be done.
Dash, you can tell him to fuck off if you want. I mean, this stream is not family friendly. They were warned about this in the intro. I also played the American National Anthem too, which you probably didn't hear.
no need for that.
Yeah, no, Trunks potentially leveling very, very quickly. Black enraged out. Yeah, I don't know, dude, we know who Kinthun is, but I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember the anchor gain on those cards because I'm a scrub and I don't remember these things. I just wait to see what they're doing in front of me.
Black enraged outburst.
Now he's just making shit up.
Black overhead burst.
Oh, black overhead burst is fucking tasty.
Yeah, it gains you 4 anger.
I used some of those today too.
I saw. It's a shame you didn't use your Oshi level 3 trigger.
Oh,
Beat me to it.
Alright, we'll move on to
And
Trunks
only
level
6
2.
Dragon Balls, am I right?
Continuous effect on level 2. Whenever you play a named card, you may use a critical damage effect. It has a block power. Stop a physical attack. You may rejuvenate a card with sword in the title from your banished zone to raise your anger 1 level.
this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it seems like it could be alright.
I've just got to jump in here. I hate all this synergy around sword named cards. It kills me on the inside.
Oh.
Why though?
Because he just hates good things.
Because you force Trunks into using sword cards.
But Trunks was using a sword at one point.
Yeah, he uses a sword. Kind of suits.
Till
This
Batman
will
comes
only be
along.
a cool, like, hidden archetype until Yajirobe comes out.
I'm with Race on this one.
Yeah, so am I actually.
But this is busted, man. Like, if you've got the aggressive sword drill in play, you go and get a named sword card, and
Like, I'm not denying it's a good power.
Yeah.
especially
Read you from your banish for an anger.
if you use the Vengeance level 1, and then you search the drill. I don't know.
Oh,
I think
in the chat's saying chin kick raises X, where X is your current anger, and enraged outburst increases your anger by 2 if you're at 2 or less. Well, yeah, if you've got 3 anger and you chin kick, then that's points moot. You're leveling up there anyway.
if you've got 2 anger and you chin kick, you level up because you gain 4 anger.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, so like
yeah.
all these for a long time, it was the MPs who had actions on their levels. They were the strong ones. They were the ones you played. Is a block on your MP enough? Like, would you
Yes.
play this over, say, the evolution level 2,
Well, it definitely recycles
or even
your.
the first or second set level 2?
it recycles your name cards.
Yep.
And like it's meta dependent, I think. Like Roshi, both my level 1 and 2 are defensive effects, and that works fine.
Yeah, but defensive effects on the first level progresses your board state, and on the second level potentially destabilizes your opponents.
Yeah, true.
And they were sort of omni, like prevention, but an omni prevention. This is sort of just for physical.
Yeah.
Controls.
I like it.
What about you, Scott?
I'm gonna piggyback on Chris here and say that the level 2, I can't see anyone else running any other level 2 except for this Trunks right here, because having a block is absolutely critical. And they need to be careful with giving blocks to MPs, because it can generate combats where Trunks has a huge attack hand, all attacks, and just enters, and you're not afraid of defensive burst anymore. You're not afraid of, blue slash. You're just gonna go in, and if you get hit by energies, you run enough endurance in your deck that you kind of just mitigate the damage. The level 2 is amazing, but I don't like the fact that someone said something about sword cards. I agree with that. There's not enough good sword cards. I feel like they don't do. I mean, his name cards are cute, but like there's not enough that banish themselves. So it's like to rejuve those and gain anger. It's going to be tough because there's so many other good cards. There needs to be sword cards that gain a lot of anger that banish themselves after use. But overall, the block is amazing, and his level 2 is amazing.
Yeah. Does sword? What's the fucking one that banishes 6 cards? That banishes itself, right?
Sword slash.
Sword slash.
That's banished after use, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be a good one to use on this level.
That's a mediocre attack, though, I think.
It's 6 life cards.
6
Well,
cards, man.
it's X amount of damage, but banishing the 6 cards is probably where I'm thinking that's most relevant. But anyway. Level 3 bold. Trunks bold. Continuous effect. Your attacks deal +2 stages of damage. Whenever your anger would be lowered by any amount, it is lowered by 1. Instead, physical attack. Skip your next action in this combat. Damage 6 stages.
The discussion that came up with Retro about this was disgusting.
I didn't read it. Like I tend to stay like I like Retro for a bit of a laugh. I think everyone can appreciate that. I sort of look at this and I look at the evolution level 3 and I go, like level 3 from evolution is kind of like visiting on steroids. This, I'm protecting my anger. But if I attack with it, I'm skipping an action. I don't know.
That's terrible. That makes me not want to run this.
It's 8 stages.
It's 6. Oh, no, you're right. It's 8. But skip your next action.
I gotta agree with Reese here. I'm just like, what? It's another instance of why has this got a drawback when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, like that's exactly right. I'm probably playing Evolution level 3, and like look at Goku and Vegeta from this set. Where's their drawback?
Right?
Some might say they've had 6 sets of drawbacks by now, but Maddie, do you have any thoughts?
Vegeta's had an entire series of drawbacks.
He has. Long may the prince reign. Scott, what do you think about this level 3?
Hey, can you hear me? Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna just mimic everything that's been said so far, and that why would you not run the Evo level 3? The Evo level 3 is amazing, and this one I don't think it does enough. I know you can prevent your anger being lowered by a certain amount, but overall the Evo level 3 is busted, and it's just as game changing. I feel. I mean, you can the anger lowering thing is cute, but I want to reuse the cards in my discard pile and push for the level 4. So I'm choosing the Evo level 3 all day.
Yeah, like who cares if you're losing all your anger every combat because they just continue head knock you when you're at level 3 anyway? You can just be like, I'll just replay fucking whatever card X or what, like at that point, do you really care? I mean, they could be blue slashing you, I suppose. That'd be annoying. Any final thoughts? James is saying, love this to counter blue head knock. Yeah.
Does that work?
If your anger would be lowered by any amount, it is lowered by 1 instead.
But it's set, isn't it? It's
Blue headlock sets your anger to 0.
Yeah,
Does it set?
It doesn't work. No, it doesn't.
Doesn't blue head knock just read lower your anger to 0? Lower your opponent's anger to 0?
I don't. I saw it on Retro today, and I'm pretty sure that they ended up going to the ending that it didn't work. But I could be wrong.
No, it is lower your opponent's anger to 0.
Blue head knock does say lower.
So then, simply by the English language, which Panini is not known for using quite well.
I was going to say, let's not go crazy.
Let's not be hasty, yo. Yeah, James is saying lowers your anger to 0.
Oh.
Ooh, those head knocks.
I was going to say
lifeguards.
This is not like I think there is counters that the Evo level 3 could be having in its discard pile for the head knock.
Yeah, it's called punching your opponent in the face till dead. And Evo level 3 does that quite well.
It sure does.
Trunks, level 4. He's overwhelming. Or as, was it retro today, Millsy?
Is
Underwhelming.
Is he really?
Yep.
Continuous effect. Your attacks with sword in the title cannot be stopped and gain raise your anger 1 level. Power, skip your next 2 actions this combat. Raise your anger 2 levels.
Actually, not talking about the power because that's terrible. Your attacks with sword in the title can't be stopped. That's pretty good.
It's alright. But you have to talk about the power.
I don't think the power's that bad.
Really? You're going to raise your anger 2 levels and then go, I'm going to skip my next 2 actions and give you, 2 actions worth of attempts to lower it again?
Yeah, but so you're only ever going to be using this power at the end of a parry.
The end of a combat phase, one might say.
Yeah, and
true, but yeah. You're trying to defend something that is not overwhelming, that it is quite underwhelming.
Well, no, if you're on this level 4...
James is saying you only use the power to MPBV, that's it. Yeah, probably right.
I was going to say, if you're on your level 4 and you've got you've got a sword card, any 2 anger card, you could potentially win with this power. It's essentially saying you only have to get to 3 anger on level 4 to win. I like it. It gives the deck the ability to just go, hey, I win.
Yeah, the burst anger that you always enjoy.
Do you raise your anger 2 before you skip or after you skip?
No, it's skip your next action, the 2 actions this combat, full stop, raise your anger 2 levels. So it just puts that floating effect on you saying, hey, I can't do anything for 2 actions.
Yeah.
So he's right. If you're at 3 and then you play and you use this power, it's just like, haha, I win.
But there's a lot better level 4s in the game.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. They nerfed one of them.
Oh my god.
Made me sad. Scott, you feeling the same or?
I was gonna say, you Australian players know what the fuck is up. Seriously, you guys are saying some really good things, and I've agreed with everything you guys said overall, and including level 4. I think level 4 is good in certain decks. If you're gonna go for MPV, you should run this. I think the skipping effect is irrelevant if you already have a huge amount of anger in your hand and you know the context of the combat. You're not going to use it at the first action unless you're going to win. You're going to wait it out and see what happens. But I think the level 4 is perfectly fine, and it's going to see play, definitely.
Actually, I know someone who might use it first action.
Nasty cold.
A little bit of context there, Scott. Reese will have 6 Dragon Balls in play, and and this is when I was playing Cell. Reese, you were playing Red Roshi?
Does everyone need to know this?
Yeah, they do.
Hey, Reese, everybody knows that I had 6 Dragon Balls in my deck.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Reese has got 6 of the Dragon Balls in play, with a red, what was it? Which one? Red Blaze in play, right? I've got Visiting the Past in play. He drops his 6th Dragon Ball. He goes, "We're going to combat." I sit there for a second, look at my discard pile, crack Visiting the Past for overwhelming power, cap his DB4, blow up his blazes, prevent him from capping the last Dragon Ball.
Ouch.
Hasn't made that mistake yet, again.
That's just when you pick up your cards and walk away.
I'm done for the day, chaps. I'm done.
I don't even play this game. Leaves.
Yeah, you're not going to use the power of the first action. You'll wait till you've got 3. Your opponent will see that on the wall and hope that you fuck up. I
hate when you're in that position.
Yeah, when you're relying on your opponent to fuck up, things have gone catastrophically wrong. James Brunton saying Evolutions Level 4 is an interesting contrast to this. I couldn't even remember what Evolutions Level 4 does.
Everything does plus 5 stages.
Yeah, right.
Which, hey, that's going to kill you real quick. But I'm feeling that Broly Level 2 does that probably a bit better.
Probably a bit.
And every stage after that, like...
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is he the most powerful level 4 in the game? No. Yeah, will he win games? Well, yeah. If you're not paying attention, if your opponent's not paying attention, and you're running this level 4 Trunks, you know, you've got the potential to steal the game right out underneath their nose. But again, you're relying on your opponent not to be an idiot.
Here we go. Let's compare this level 4 to Roshi's level 4.
Well,
Roshi's level 4 isn't good.
Suddenly we have a great MP.
Well, I mean, is Roshi's level 4 better than 20's level 4?
No. Oh man,
does anyone even know what 20's level 4 does?
Yeah,
yes, I can tell you.
Yeah, you banish a... Is it banish, or do you just return it to your hand? You do something to a non-style drill to mill them for 3.
See, he doesn't even know.
I know the important part. You go to level 3 and you don't go any higher.
Alright, so what you do is you can banish a drill to destroy the top 4, and it has scouting drill built into it, which has actually won me a lot of games.
What, scouting drill or being on level 4 with Android?
No, being on level 4 in certain situations has won me games. Yeah, I know you shuffle a non-style drill you control into its owner's life deck to destroy the top 3 cards of your opponent's life deck.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what that you did with the drill. But,
yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, but that scouting drill is silly. Silly card.
It's a great card, and you love it.
I do.
Yeah. Well, Trunks' Knee Bash. This card is considered to have Sword in the title for your card effects. It's a physical attack. Banish a setup, drill, or attached card. Damaged, AT plus 3 stages. Hit, raise your anger 1 level. Why couldn't they just call it like Trunks' Sword Bash or some fucking thing like that? Instead of having parenthetical text saying, "Oh, by the way, I have sword in my name."
They couldn't find enough scenes where Trunks is kneeing people.
Couldn't find enough scenes where Trunks is actually axing someone with a sword.
Well, see, this is nice on his level 4. If you're on level 4, you use this, you gain an anger, and they can't stop it, so you gain another anger.
Yeah.
You're only 1 anger away from winning with that power.
Yeah. I actually don't mind this attack.
And this is board control.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind this attack. Like, it banishes an attached card. That's probably never been as relevant as it is now, with all the Unleashed running around. So like,
swear I'm gonna fight the next cunt that fucking unleashes against me. I'm just gonna straight up throw down.
Throw salt packets.
Yeah, but banish a setup drill or attach card. Like, there's a reason Blue Betrayal is very good, and there's a reason Orange Stare Down is very good, and there's a reason those trunks that Broly name card Eraser Cannon's good. And it's partially to do with the banishing of stuff that's in play.
And if you've got aggressive sword drill in play, you can search this.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't mind this at all.
No, it's not to be snivelled at.
No. I'd like it more.
The only downside is it can affect your own board. So that's why it's iffy, but it's a really amazing card, and I'm going to run 3 of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an optional banish, it's yeah, no, I don't mind it. I think like if you're sitting at Trunks' evolution level 3, this card can become quite interesting. Just play it every turn to keep their board under control if they're playing one of those setup drills or attach card heavy decks. I'm sort of glad they didn't give it the option to banish an ally as well. That would be a little over
You can't have everything.
Well, I mean, you people seem to want everything.
I would argue that you could put ally onto this and still not have it be too good.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now Chris is exhausted after his long day.
Yeah, Chris doesn't know what he's quite saying. Like, really? At level, what is it? Level, as you say, with the aggressive sword drill, or whatever the fuck it's called, you could just go find this?
Yeah.
And then, like, bye, ally.
Yeah.
Man, Earth Dragon Ball 4 is hurting allies hard enough, okay? Like, ally decks are hurting now.
I don't know. I played against a couple of ally decks today, and they didn't seem like they were hurting too bad.
Tug of War, man. It's OP. Tug of War.
Oh yeah, I abused some tug of war today, I tell you.
There's a joke to be made there, I'm sure. Yeah, don't mind this card. Scott says he's going to run 3. Reese is like, this is alright. Millsy, what are you thinking?
What was that, sorry?
What did you think about this card, Millsy?
I didn't mind this card at all. I thought it was great. I probably wouldn't run it as a 3 of. I'd say it was a 2 of just because it can like damage my own board state. That's it.
Or you just try to be contrary to Mr. Dashi. Trying to spark that trans-Pacific aggro.
You talk smack about Black Command and bad things.
Someone's going to step up. I find the artwork on it to be a little derpy. Something about his face and the way he's holding his arm just make me... it's like
I don't know. I can't even remember him fighting Android 18.
In the future.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Maybe he should have got good.
He did. And then he got killed by Cell. So...
Showing 18 some equality.
Oh, man. I find that more funny than it probably should be. I'm burning in hell. Oh well.
What are you gonna do?
Well, hang out with all the rock bands, I guess.
Hey.
Although being hell, does that mean Justin Bieber would be there? Because that'd be hellish.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Trunks is going to turn into like the next Vegeta, with like being just really freestyle based.
Well, it is his son.
But how many freestyle sword cards are there?
All of them.
No, that's not true.
I'm not talking just sword cards. There's Trunks' sword named attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Trunks Slam. Then there's this one.
Yeah, fair enough.
I gotta tell you, Trunks they've gone heavy on the Trunks early.
Yeah, what's he got now? He's got 3 full stacks plus an extra level 1 plus 4 named cards now.
Yeah.
Eventually, he will be playable.
Here's the thing: all of these cards are good.
Did we not cover
Like,
these level
all of
3?
these levels are brilliant.
I don't know if anyone else
apart
heard
from
that, but
that.
it sounded like Reese was having a stroke.
Yeah.
As he was saying, all of his levels are brilliant. Oh, I can't lie like that. I disagree, Reese. I like that you're excited about Trunks, though.
His first and second stacks were brilliant.
Why don't you play him?
Why didn't they win?
No one's figured out the perfect deck for it yet.
Show me his greatness.
The perfect deck
I'll
is
do it.
Trunks okay. So the perfect level 1, like set 1 Trunks is just 60 Black Commands. Go.
Yeah, I mean, Black Command should easily be a limit 5 per deck.
Oh!
Someone
That sent
disagrees.
shivers down my spine.
Someone disagrees.
Millsy, do you remember Burwood and the winner deck tournament I was in?
Yeah,
The winner
yeah,
deck.
The game against Nick.
Yeah,
He literally
You didn't
pulled
lose that
command
game.
every turn.
you didn't lose that game. It's okay. It's all right. I forgive you.
You were cheated out of it by the sounds of it.
He actually just didn't even play the Reese played, but that Nick didn't.
Fair enough.
Every turn he had command.
You know, if Scott didn't voice his complaints about Black Command, I would have been like, let's give him, some unadulterated airtime for him to voice his complaints about it with no one interrupting. But you had your chance earlier. Scott, so we've covered all the spoilers we wanted to cover. Any thoughts on what have we got left? We got Namekian and Cell
Do you have any insights on the meta?
over in the States.
Early on, we're thinking about, at first we thought the next meta was going to be all Unleashed, but now it's looking like it's going to be a mixture between Unleashed, level hopping, and MPV. Early decks that are being brought up are obviously Blue Krillin Dragon Ball Victory / Beatdown, Blue Goku Resolute, which is an obvious broken deck. Things like Red Trunks, Saiyan Gohan especially, and just things like the obvious decks that are going to be really good.
Yep. So we our last guest last week, Dylan, had very, shall we say, clear and defined complaints about the Saiyan Dynamic Mastery. That it doesn't do enough. It's boring. It's vanilla. You get smacked down to level 2 and level 1, and that's it. You've lost the game. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Somewhere in the middle.
The level 4, the set 4 Saiyan Mastery is better.
Yep. Rampaging.
I think it's better. The new Saiyan Mastery is good. It's just like the red one. It's good, but is it better than the set 4 Mastery?
Sure. Do you have any thoughts on what you think Cell's new stack's going to do?
Probably something to do with his original stack, but building on that with things like banishing allies to advance or to get additional effects, because he's going to have his Cell Juniors either banishing allies or getting allies out like his Cell Juniors and stuff, or androids.
Yeah, we've had the thought. I think a lot of people sort of came to the same conclusion with Cell Junior as an ally or an MP stack is possibly going to have you can have any number of Cell Junior allies in your deck or something like that.
I've got the thought that he'll be like a descending power level stack. Start strong and go weak. In terms of power stages.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Like that Namekian Hunt, the Namekian Hunt, for example, with the clause of your villain MP having 500,000 or less at level 4. Are they making this card specifically for Slug and quite probably Cell Junior? Or are they adding someone else on it? Because it just doesn't seem... It seems like a bit of a wasted design space, otherwise. But yeah, that's all the spoilers we have. Does anyone in the chat want to ask Scott a question? Does anyone want to talk to Chris about his tournament today? So, Chris.
Yep.
What level 3 trigger are you not going to forget ever again?
Probably none of them, because I'll get just as fatigued and probably forget them all again next time.
I hope so, because then it won't be as much as a concern when I go up against you in the finals, right?
Maybe.
The finals is the winner box, which is going to be the side event.
Oh.
Hey, I tried to get them to let me play the finals of the regional and the winner box at the same time.
Hey, I'd have allowed it.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah. Do you have any notable thoughts about the day today, Chris? Or
there was a lot of allies.
Yeah, right.
There
was 8 blue tag team decks running around.
Yeah. A couple of those were Gohan, and there was some Namekian Gohan as well.
Mm-hmm.
I played against a couple. I played against one blue tag Gohan, and it was not really a problem. I don't know. I know that they're there to beat up on the Broly decks, which I'm actually really lucky that they were mostly knocked out before I had to deal with any of them.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just another day at the
office, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Roshi did Black Roshi things.
I heard there was a slug there. Did you play him?
Oh no, I actually didn't see that slug. There was a slug. I seen it before we started, but
I saw that there was a cell, which I was quite happy with. But apparently it didn't do any good.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Still, what was that?
Apparently there was a cell there, but apparently it didn't do any well.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad.
But yeah, I'm on track to hopefully getting my Worlds invite, and I'll just keep on the grind.
Yep. You came... Do you know exactly where you came today or not?
I think it would have... Fahad was the other one, so it was either 3rd or 4th.
The other one.
Yeah, the other... Fahad got knocked out at the same time I did.
Yeah, right. He, of course, lost to Lin.
Yeah.
Who went on to be defeated by Jono, if I can recall the match, which I watched a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Which you never know. I have problems with these things. Yeah.
But yeah. I played Red Enraged Cooler twice.
Mm-hmm.
Both times they were fairly routine games where I would start out their answers to Wallbreaker and then put a Wallbreaker on them. And then dirtle about until I killed them.
Yep.
Nick's game was... my game against Nick was, again, just routine. Get rid of the stuff that I didn't want to deal with and then kill him at my leisure.
Just so much routine for you, wasn't it?
Well, I think that is the key to doing well with Roshi. It's you need to stick to your plans.
Not doing anything too fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing against Namekian Piccolo decks, I scouted their answer to Wallbreaker them, and then banish a ball.
Yep.
There is game plans for each of these matchups, and you need to stick to them.
Yeah, exactly right. You got any big tournaments on your horizon there, Scott?
I was actually going to ask you guys, because I wanted to ask this question to all of you, actually, everyone in this chat. Before I go, I just want to know, are any of you going to Worlds regardless of an invite? Are any of you planning on going?
I'll answer that question after the boys, but I'm just going to look up the flights to America. Where is it held? It's in Texas, right?
This Fort Worth Airport.
Fort Worth Airport. Let's just check what the cost of flights are.
Personally, I won't be unless I get an invite. I have 2 children and can't afford the travel without the stipend that we get for winning or like for placing in tournaments.
Fort Worth, Dallas, whatever. Okay, you're on your way to Dallas. No, I'm not.
I don't plan on going unless I go by invite either.
So, just to get there, it's a 26-hour flight. No, sorry, it's a 40-hour flight to get there.
Oh no!
Or you can fly with an airline I've never heard of for 21 hours, which I'm going to pass on that one. But so flights out of Australia can be quite pricey. Well, that's not too bad. It's like $1,500 per person before you start looking at visas and everything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, Chris.
I would say it's definitely a hit to the wallet.
Yeah. Chris and I were actually discussing it maybe a month ago about considering just going across next year. We started then looking at Vegas and going out to shoot some big guns. And I can't speak for Chris, but I got really, really excited and then really, really disappointed that we weren't going out to Vegas to shoot big guns anytime soon. So that was a slight disappointment. But yeah, because we now have 3 invites to Worlds. The winner of what they have is the local championships and regionals. If they generate points, and if you top the ladder after all of those are done, you earn yourself an invite, and then it's first and second at Australian Nats. Get the paid trip across as well. So at this point in time, it would be a case of I would need to win that and then have work say, yes, you may go, we're not going to fire you, enjoy.
Yeah, I just got to win because work, they're not sacking me. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been a number of assassinations at work. I don't want to be put on the chopping block next. But,
yeah,
what's stopping you coming out to Australian Nationals?
You guys are just too good. I don't want to get my ass kicked by all those black demands.
At least you come out and enjoy a beer.
Enjoy the women. What are you talking about? Come on now.
As we said to you in the chat, I mean, it's all good in theory, but oh man, some of the women in Australia can be, I guess fine is a word.
He's lying.
Yeah. Oi, nah, mate, nah. Fuck off, you cunt.
Oi, I imported my wife, so.
Guys, I gotta get going because American things,
freedom and all
but
of that.
I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you guys having me on. I thank you. I'm glad I got up early for this, and hope to do it again one day. So thank you, and I have to run. Let me know how things turn out. I'm going to be listening to this otherwise, but thank you. And
thank you very much for joining us.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Thanks for coming on, man.
No worries, mate.
And this is where we say something like, cheers, Cobber.
Cheers, Cobber.
and then he has no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, you left.
Yeah, but I think he's going to steal all our Australian secrets. I mean, we're Australian. We don't really keep secrets. We shout them out across the treetops.
Yeah, I mean, if any other Americans happen to be up at 5:30, 6:30 in the morning with nothing better to do than they know
Well,
how dirty
it's
secrets
10 o'clock,
do.
so, like, you know,
Oh, well, now it's
it's going to be like 8 o'clock over there now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could waffle on for the next half an hour, but I'm fresh out of things to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I think we're at a point where we can wrap it up happily.
Yeah, I mean, a shorter episode than usual, but...
Looking forward to going to bed after a big day.
Yep, you've got my baby to bring back too, don't you?
I'll be in there in 5.
Yeah. I didn't open one for myself, so I might have to keep it.
Over my cold dead rotting corpse.
Chris is like, oh, whoops, I lost an Unleashed. And I managed to get one of my own.
I shouldn't have bet an Unleashed on that game. Actually, whoever's watching, how'd the AFL final go?
One's got it shoved up him, apparently.
Did the Swans get flogged by the Bulldogs?
I hope so.
I kind of do too, but like,
you're dead to me, Millsy.
It's unfortunate. I like the Swans because they were originally a Melbourne team, but then like everybody has a soft spot for the Bulldogs. So.
Well, I'm a doggy supporter in the NRL, so the name just carries on for me.
Oh my god, I'm so done.
So you're a date rapist.
Depends on my mood.
People played a game with footballs. Well, I mean, that doesn't really help.
Is it really a football, though? It's more of a fucking round ball, like...
It is a football. You kick it with your feet, thus it's a football.
It's a soccer ball, mate.
Mate, it's not a soccer ball. It's elliptical in...
It's a fucking... I don't know. I'm done.
Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up for everybody. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Again, thank you very much to Scott for taking the time out of his morning and waking up earlier than anybody should have to wake up to talk some shit.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, if you have any comments...
I apologise you had to look at Nathan's mug all day.
If you have any comments or thoughts, feel free to leave them in the comments section below, or, let us know on Facebook. And we'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.